Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome today to Transport Fever from Urban Games. This game is going to be launching on the 8th of November. It's from the same guys who brought you Train Fever. They sent me over a code since we looked at the first one, which there is a series on the channel if you want to go and check it out for yourself. So this time they've added a few different methods of transportation, which I'm quite looking forward to, since I am all about trying to make the most profitable things ever. So let's jump into a free game for now, I think. Okay, and we are in. Now, the game is a little unstable at the moment because this is an early release. So, you'll have to excuse that when I zoom in and out, the game has a little bit of a fit, so I'll try not to do it too much. Right, so let's pause the game. And let's have a look around what we want to do for our first line. So, we should be able to get up some information about the cities around here. So, highest populations. 299 there, 244. I think those. Oh no, we've got 250 there. So 299. So Hyde is the biggest place. You can see then when I zoom out how suddenly the game just doesn't go right. So this is the biggest place around here. So let's see if there's anything around here we can actually set up. So I usually like making, rather than transport links at first, I like making trade routes because they tend to be quite valuable. I'm trying to see if there's any around here that look like they'll be profitable. We've got one there that if we trade that to here, but I think we need something else as well, and I can't see access to that anywhere around. I want just a nice simple one-for-one trade, and I'm just not seeing it at the moment. Ooh, God. Isn't there where there's just like turns copper into stuff? Doesn't seem like there is. There's one here that turns wood, but I can't see anywhere nearby that trades. I mean, that's the nearest place I can see that trades wood. Which, overall, it would be cheaper to link that to that. So I think that's what we'll try first. Hopefully this works out. Right, let's build some transport. That's for doing streets. Let's get rid of that a minute. Right, we want coaches. We want cargo, and we'll just do a truck station, and then so if we sort of link that to about here, I'll tell you what, actually I'll put it a little bit closer to the thing just to be sure. So if we sort of put that there, we've got a truck station there. And then if we put another one here, like that, so that will be wood from there, going to there, being turned into planks. So now we just need to actually make a line from there to there. Now, if I remember rightly, you used to send them into town to make extra profit, but I think we'll just set up the actual trade route first. So right, so now we've got a line sort of set up. We can go into here. Oh no, I need an actual, I need like a bus depot or something first, don't I, if I remember rightly? Because this is just a terminal. We need an actual road depot. So what I'll do is I'll put this in the nearby city here, so we can actually make use of that ourselves shortly. Right, now we want to buy a road vehicle and we want a horse wagon. We'll take that, and I want you on the yellow line. And then if we click play, it should come rolling out. Now we're probably going to want to put multiple vehicles on this line at some point. So what I might do is try and let this, if I speed this up just a little bit, what I may do is buy another vehicle once it sort of gets near here. And then I might try and put 2 on. Actually, I might wait for it to sort of come back and be halfway back. We'll see. Either way, hopefully this is going to start to generate actual... there you go, so there is actually wood being put into here, so we are actually getting a load there to pick up. So hopefully this is actually going to work. That's the hope. So at the minute it is going to be costing us money. Now, even though this city isn't that big, since we've got a bus depot here, I might as well set up a small transport route round here. But what I'm going to do first is link up a couple of these roads. Or not, apparently. Doesn't. There we go. Yep. And yep. There we go. Just so it's got a little bit easier for me to actually build a line around here. Now, let me just come off this again for a second. See, that's nearly about to pick up the wood. Right. Which way is... I think traffic on this game is always on the right-hand side, I believe. If I look at my line, I'll be able to tell you. Yeah, so it travels on the right. Okay. I need to stop zooming in now. It keeps making it just mess up real bad. Right, so that's about to pick up our first load of cargo. And there's still some left, so we probably want to put on another road vehicle on that. It's having a bit of a fit at the moment. I do apologise that it keeps freezing, but there's not really much I can do about that. It still feels a little unstable. Hopefully it will be better at launch. Right, let's drop down some bus stops. So we'll have one right here, and then we'll have another one around here, and then we'll put one in the centre here, one up here, one up here, one up there, one there, and then we'll say one sort of there. Right, so now we want to do a new line. And that's going to go from there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, and finally to there. Then it'll turn back around and do the whole thing again. And it will be glorious. So now, do we need a station? I assume I would actually probably need a station. So let's just build a station, just to be sure. I'll put it literally right here. So then we can add that. There you go. There you go. That's a nice little setup there. So now we can go and buy a road vehicle. We can buy a normal coach. And we can set that to the green line. And off it'll go, and hopefully it will actually start to generate some people being picked up soon enough. I'll only put the one vehicle on it now until we actually start to see the interest build up. Because for now, it usually takes a little bit of time before people start actually making use of it. So, one vehicle's about to go and pick up. This is about halfway there, so this would probably be a good time to put a third one on, maybe. Have a look at our line manager. So the green line is currently losing money, but not too much. Yellow line has got maxed out cargo, but currently it hasn't even made its first drop yet, so we may see a profit soon. Maybe. At the minute it's just costing us, because it is a pretty long route. This is once this gets going though, I think this might be a fairly profitable line. I'm going to risk putting one more wagon on it. Like that. My hope is then is that the sort of it's a bit more frequent, because this is generating wood faster than we're getting it over there, so I want to keep it sort of fairly well balanced, and I'm hoping that at the moment, yes, it's going to cost us, but the frequency is getting down, and so hopefully that will make us some cash. Has anyone started using this yet at all? Is anyone waiting? Nothing's waiting. Anyone waiting here? Nope. Oh dear. We're not making any bank yet. Gotta wait for this guy to get here. I want to see if we are actually going to make some money, rather than it just costing. And then maybe we can set up another route from this city up to Basingstoke. And we'll actually try and do one from a city to a city. Might be another fairly profitable one. Usually the most profitable ones, at least what it was in Train Fever, was actually doing cargo. They were fairly good to just keep yourself sustained, so that you could take risks on bigger projects. So I'm kind of hoping that this ends up working out. Right, we're going to watch this and see if we actually get some money. Here you go, we'll keep an eye on the line manager, because at the minute we're losing 5,000 a year. So that's there you go. We've just instantly made a profit. So the faster we can keep this sort of doing the same, the better. So I think that's now become a profitable line. He's nearly gone and picked up his first one. Once we actually get further in the age, so that we can actually upgrade these, so they're a lot faster, this will help. And obviously we'll eventually be able to upgrade these dirt roads, so they can actually go full speed. Now, I haven't been watching you. Are you still just losing money? Yes. Still no one actually making use of these buses at all. Not a one. They're very strange. Normally these used to start picking up in frequency a lot faster than this. I don't really want to put more coaches onto it. Right, well, let's actually make a route between cities then. So we'll put something over here in Basingstoke. So let's drop some buses around here. So if we put just a couple round, we won't put too many. We're literally just going to have sort of 3 here. And then we go back to our line, we do a new line. So this will go from this station. It'll go to here, then to here, and then here. And then it's going to go all the way up to here. And then back again. Right. Now, so that's our dark green line. So let's try this. By road vehicle, stagecoach. And you're on... Sorry, the light green line. I thought you were dark green. Apologies. Alright, so we'll send that one off on its travel. Hopefully that will generate some interest, since it's actually going from one city to another. It might not, we don't know. It may take a while for it to actually kick in. One of our coaches has just got there. So this is now making 30,000 in profit, which is just great. And they are actually sort of like crossing over each other now, so that's now on its way back, that's on its way in, that's going to go pick up. This is working. So that's working at least. Unfortunately, we've just got to see if anything else works, because at the moment it's just simply not. See, this, it's probably got to do with jobs as well. And shopping facilities is probably going to be a huge thing. Hyde is still that seems to be the big place. That seems to be the main... See, I imagine what you've got to probably end up working out here. Oh my god, our first passenger is actually waiting. Someone is waiting. My word. The first person. Which line was he waiting on? Can we find this information out? Because if I know which line he's waiting for, I can put more vehicles to it, which will obviously increase the frequency, which will attract more people. Just trying to see if he's on any of the ones that I don't often... No. No. Ah, he's over here, sorry. So they're waiting for line 3. So that's the one that goes to the other city, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right. Okay then. So we want to add more to line 3 to improve the frequency on that. He's about halfway to Basingstoke. You've just started your round in the city. So what I'll probably do is wait till this bus, well, coach, is about to leave, or is it probably about where that is now? So by the time it gets out of Shanklin, you should be in Basingstoke, and then as this leaves Shanklin, we'll put another one on, and then it should do sort of like what our cargo route's doing, in theory. That's the hope. That is my hope. Whether it works, totally different story. Right. Come on. Come on. I need you to be quicker. I'd got you know, a bet saying that you were going to be leaving Shanklin as he was getting to Basingstoke. So there is people waiting in Basingstoke as well. So this line seems to be working more than a public, like a local bus route. One that actually goes between cities seems to be much more valuable now. Whereas in the early game in Train Fever, you could set up just these little local routes and they generate a little bit, not too much, but they generate, you know, just enough so that they'd be profitable, whereas it doesn't seem to be the case this time. It seems you've actually got to be sending it further afield, so there is actually people starting to wait around now. So yeah, everyone's waiting for line 3. So these generate a lot faster. The other line doesn't seem to be working, but we'll leave it there for now because I can't be asked to change that. Now, is there any other cargo routes that we could set up? I mean, there's a simple one here we could set up. We could just build our own road and make a very short and quick one there. That's a possibility. Ah, no, ignore me. I thought that was wood then for a second. It's not. So that needs... what I can only assume is coal and something. Which, the nearest one that I can see for that... we've obviously got one right next to it, which is great. But again, there's no other... I mean, there's one there, and then there's one up there. Which, that's a hell of a long route to actually... That's a long route to trade between, unfortunately. I was hoping for some ones that were a little bit closer. We may have to look into that in the future rather than right now. Perhaps. Because I'm not seeing much around here that's going to be that profitable to me. Not at the moment, at least. Because, I mean, eventually what you want is you want a couple of trade routes that are building this, and then you want these trade routes that bring them all back to places like this. So here you would need planks, whatever that is, and then I assume that's like a steel. So once you've got them, you bring them all to here, you're probably going to get like crazy profits. Okay, Well, we've got this river running through the place, so we could potentially look at doing boats. I've never worked with boats. This is some of the new stuff to transport Fever. But we could potentially put some boats around. And I'll be honest, it's probably going to cost an absolute fortune, but I really want to try it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And I'm going to just try and link up as many as possible. As I say, this is probably going to cost us, but you know, I've got to show off the new stuff. So I've got to connect all these up in a minute with the road, and then obviously actually make a sort of transport link collision. What about here? There you go. Yes, I know it's not connected. I'm working on it. Too much of a slope. Well, that's no good to me. That's no good at all. What about from over here, though? So I'd have to get rid of this road. Sorry. To then do that. Then can we sort of do something like that? There you go. Fixed. Alright, so that's together. Well, these are just not working out at all, are they? We're just going to, you know, destroy some people's homes for our transport needs. They can rebuild, it's fine. There you go. Where was the next one? All the way up here. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be angry. There you go. I'm going to say, if that didn't work, that would have just been disgusting. And last one. There you go. Right, now, new line. Going to be from there to here, to here, and then to here. I really hope that this works. Right, so now we need a shipyard. Now, how do these shipyards? They'd literally just sit like that. Right, so we want to buy a ship. So this is for passengers. So we want one of them, and we want to set it on the blue line. Here we go. Here is our first ship. And off it goes. As I say, this is probably just going to cost me an absolute fortune and make me no money whatsoever. But I've got to try it, haven't I? I can't do planes yet, sadly. Right, let's go back and look at our lines once more. So, line 3 is generating money. And our trade route is still making a decent profit as well. So both of them are making profit. We're losing a little bit on line 2, but there is actually people making use of it now. So it's not losing too much. Obviously this ship is going to just cost us a foot. Now, that's not how ships work, I'm afraid to say. That's yeah, okay. So we've created some sort of submersible that also burrows through a continent, through the land mass, to get directly as the crow flies to its next destination. Considering this is 1856, that's quite an achievement. I've also just realised how much money this actually cost me, and that I am rapidly running out of money. Maybe making this incredible feat of engineering was not our best strategy. Just a hunch. I may... Yeah, well, I said I was going to show it you. Unfortunately, I can't show planes yet. I've got to get further in. Okay, let's... Not expecting that. So, the money that we're generating from line 1 is just about keeping us afloat on line 4. And what we're earning from line 3 is roughly keeping us above water. But it's only just. Oh look, it suddenly stopped behaving strangely. It seems like it should have been going I forgot that it needs to stay on the right hand side, so really that should have been the first one. And then it would have gone in a nice straight line, but then it would have gone all the way back, so I don't know. I want to see this thing leave. I want to see if it's going to go straight through the land again, because if it does, that's a bit worrying. What's the matter? Ship 1 is reporting a problem. What's your problem? No path. What? Yes, there is. There is a path. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with you. You're not working out for me at all. You're costing me far too much money, and you're just not worth it. Right, I think I'm going to actually have to leave it there, because we've been going a lot longer than I thought we were. So if you want to see more Transport Fever, you will have to let me know, and I will try, and we'll get to the point where we can, you know, get some slightly further advanced... Ooh. No parameters. We'll get to the point where we can actually upgrade our vehicles to more modern trucks and all that kind of stuff, and buses, and then eventually we'll try and get it so we can actually get an airport and all that kind of stuff. And one day we'll actually get a yeah, a boat that works. I don't really know why that's messed up quite so much, but there you go. I think this one might be a lost cause, but you can see the rough idea of how it works. So I'm gonna have to spend a bit more time with this, and maybe I'll come back to it for another video when I'm a bit further in the game. Otherwise, as I say, if you want to see a series, then let me know, and I will. We'll do the same as what we did for Train Fever, and we'll just go until we're sort of done with it. You guys can let me know in the comments below. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed this video at all, or it was helpful to you in any way. And thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you again very soon. And thanks once again to Urban Games for sending me over a key to check out the game. Early as well, which is also awesome. The game will be out on the 8th of November. There will of course be a link down in the description below for you to go check out the game for yourself. Thank you, and bye-bye.